Hi, guys. So, if home is where the heart is, are homeless people heartless? No, but heartless people are definitely homeless. I think Detrick for saying the problem of homelessness in America goes to the heart of our problems as a culture. Homeless means having no permanent place to live. While heartless means unfeeling, unkind, or unsympathetic. Some consequences of homelessness include things like, loss of self esteem, increased risk of abuse and violence, increased chance of entering the criminal justice system, and development of behavioral problems. Some say that heartless people exhibit traits of shallowness and parasitic um, behaviors, even using people or and situations for their own, benefit. I also have some um, real examples of those. I felt seemed to have almost the perfect life, but did not learn to appreciate it or even the people they shared it with. One universal truth is a home should be filled with love, the unconditional kind, where you are not pressured to be and look better than you are. But it turns out shame begets shame because I will even tell you how peer pressure and bullies are made. I was so excited to make the cheerleading squad in high school. Those of you know me are aware that I have been a cheerleader most of my life. But then, particularly, is a time that you make it and even begin regular slumber parties right before you go away to camp with your squad. I still am very close to many of the girls I cheered with. However, my example starts here because it was at the slumber party I stayed at one of the girls' house. She seemed to have, the picture perfect life, the big, beautiful house in the hills, even with a pool. And her father was even a well known plastic surgeon. But she wasn't very friendly. She made a big deal to weigh everyone when we spent the night. When I tried to refuse, she chased me with the scale and was getting the other girls even to pressure me. She criticized me for being the flyer because another girl weighed in at 94.5 pounds compared to me weighing 96 pounds. She made me feel bad when I reached for another slice of pizza later at dinner, saying I was going to just get fatter and all the girls have to be able to lift and toss me while doing routines. Lo and behold, when school began that fall, we had a short break in between, seeing each other since camp. But when school started, I'll never forget, she showed up clearly having had a nose job done recently, but flat out denied it. Over the years, I continued to run into her either through social media or reunions, and every time I saw her, she was scary skinny and more plastic work done. She didn't get married or have any children. She just was often seen posing and posting pictures of herself. I remain kind to her and even feel sorry for her because I don't see, self love within her, even love for others. And I begin to see the same illness sadly manifesting in another girl from the squad, but was even more closer to until her mother died. She too, as a kid, seemed to have the perfect life, a nice home, money, father, mother, and brother, and was very motivated to have a career, but not a family of her own anyway. And yes, I saw some similarities between these two girls when we were younger, but definitely after her mother died is when she really began to bleed out, so to speak. Her mother died from addiction, and she became obsessed with running marathons after that. She became scary skinny and was putting her body through the ringer to compete in, bodybuilding contests too. I have tried to reach out to her to have dinner, and because I want to express my concerns, but she's putting me off. It's hard because I love her like a sister, and I feel so compelled to somehow save her. But from what, or who? Herself? I know what it is like to be in a storm and not see yourself in something similar, maybe like when I was drinking or homeless. I have learned, the only hope is to one day you begin to see yourself, that really is the only way. Um, there's people that can reach out to us, even suggest, rehab or to stop doing what we're doing, but sometimes we just feel so compelled or maybe even depressed that we're not willing, to take some action. But both love and discipline are important for a child's healthy development. They serve different but complementary purposes in raising a well rounded individual. Love provides children with a sense of security, belonging, and emotional well being. It helps build a strong parent child bond, anyway, and fastens. It helps them to have a positive self esteem, is my point. Children who feel loved are more likely to develop empathy, trust, and healthy relationships with themselves and others. Love is the foundation upon which children, build their understanding of the world and themselves. Discipline, on the other hand, is essential for setting boundaries, teaching responsibility, and guiding our children toward appropriate behaviors, right? Discipline helps children learn self control, respect for others, and, the importance of rules and even consequences. It provides structure and consistency, which are crucial for a child's sense of security and understanding of right and wrong. Ideally, a balance of love and discipline is necessary for effective parenting. Too much focus on discipline without love can lead to feelings of resentment, insecurity, and low self esteem in children. Conversely, too much love with appropriate discipline, or without, excuse me, can result in entitlement, like lack of respect for authority and difficulties with self regulation. You guys know how open I am about most things, as hard as it can be at times, because I continue to see the value, though, in real experience and learning opportunities, and to share and help others is always the good, right? To just tell it. Well, I can't tell you how very close me and Isaiah were till he became about 11 years old. Um, it hurts my heart still to think of the growing pains when he hit puberty. But well, after I divorced his father, and I was pregnant with Whittle, then you throw in the DUI and homelessness, and all I could see and feel was him beginning to really hate me. Actually, just real disgusted, with rude remarks or an ugly stare. I can't tell you how hard I was on myself, blaming myself for everything and bending over backwards to try to get this beautiful boy to see how much I loved him and was determined to be the mother, that he deserved. I can't tell you how many conversations I had with God trying to figure out why he was so angry with me. I thought I should let him live with his dad because doesn't it take a man to raise a man? I went over every detail and every situation and circumstance I could think of. Um, but prayer works because one day my ex let it slip in front of me. It was a very cold, callous comment he made in reference to Isaiah, something to the effect of, well, so sorry that he is not widow. All of a sudden, it became really clear as I began to form the return of, oh, you arrogant SOB. But God stopped me. He whispered, remember, my child, I already got a plan in motion. He said, remember, I see and hear all. Many of those things that happened when you weren't present, I heard. The conversations you didn't, I am well aware of who the enemy is, and how to even remove him once and for all. It is necessary that, yes, even Isaiah is going to let it go. The past issues, circumstances, and the bully routine, he says, is going to all be put away together. So you and your children and your spouse and his children, all of you together, can heal and even know how to help others with their families heal too. I am even making your mistakes, all the hard times, turn around and work for your good. Just keep moving forward with the plan that I am feeding you every step of the way. The end is near. Remember, your enemies are mine. And he showed me the figure and he goes, I have a plan to handle all of them with just one touch and all at the same time. And he said, and like toy soldiers, they're all falling down. I realize he is showing and telling me who the parent is by him being a parent to me. He is also teaching me how to parent. It is profoundly obvious to me that love provides the emotional support and nurturing environment that children need to thrive, which, discipline teaches. Then, important life skills, and the values, even. By combining love and discipline, it teaches them important life skills and values. Combining love and discipline in a balance and consistent manner, parents can help their children grow into responsible, empathetic, and well adjusted individuals. One of the most precious gifts God's light shines on us is his love, and his faithfulness. I choose to be obedient and not quote scripture like he tells me specifically, because it's those that do hear in my story that are brought to shame. What he has done so many times with me is to have me read his word so that I see him keeping his word. He highlights and confirms many things to me consistently. What he says he is going to do, he does. Then I simply share my testimony, only with you, just real life experience, basically, so that you can simply see when you seek God Himself for answers, He will give them to you. You can even ask Him specifically how you want to receive His messages that are meant for you specifically, and He will do that too. Please do not ever be the one to mock God or be a fake Christian, even the, oh, I'm the perfect parent and the other is just a drunk. It is always the one that swears the other is the problem instead of focusing on actually being a better person themselves that ends up eating their own words. It's the one that wants to be seen at church and snapping pictures to post about how great of a parent, they are. Yet, behind closed doors, they are trashing the other parent and have no relationship with God in their heart at all. Many might say, fake it till you make it, but that should never be about religion or parenting. Putting the child first would be to always encourage both parents ample opportunity to do just that. I know that is all I was trying to do at one point, and now I'm what? Toxic for doing it? I personally continue to see, not only read about many who, because they fiercely proclaim the lie to save face, are those ones who lose their life swiftly and completely. But when you do connect with God and only ache for the intimacy with Him for yourself in the secret place, He will fiercely protect you from any and all harm. He will also see to it that you only prosper in everything you do, because that is what a loving father only wants for all of his children. Isaiah has since woke up, so to speak, and even apologized genuinely. Now wants to even see and talk to me. After I said to him, I know it's not your fault. Your father took advantage of you, going into your system and making you think you don't matter as much as Whittle. That couldn't be further from the truth. You are my beautiful son, and there is nothing I won't do for you. But I just won't have you calling me names or bullying me, especially for no good reason. It's time to heal. He can't control your thoughts anymore. And trust me, he is being removed. And of course, I told him I love him. One universal fact is that God may discipline us, but only in a healthy way, because God is love and God is truth. And remember, the lie is not the truth, right? The truth always outlives the lie. All right, guys, that's all for today. Have a good day. Bye.